Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my final makeup monthly of the year. If you are new to the series, this is where I get everything that I have hauled throughout each month and I give just a little speed review on it. If there are any items that I emptied this month, I also share it, and anything I plan on decluttering this month, I share that as well. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and start in with a couple of brushes that I got from my BoxyCharm. These are the F.A.R.A.H. This is the blush and highlight brush, and this is the shade and blend brush. I think they're okay. I don't think they're great. I feel like this brush here, I feel like the highlighter side is amazing, but the blush side is not. But I find that I actually like using this with cream blushes instead of powder blushes. I feel like it gives a lot lighter, more buildable coverage to the powder blushes instead of having to blend them out and like pack on the color, and it gets to be too quick too fast. So I do like that for that. So I think this will be my new cream blush brush, but I absolutely love this for both a cream and a powder highlight. For this one here, again, I'm not a big fan of the fluffy side, but I love the flat side for packing on like glitter eyeshadows, shimmery eyeshadows. So the fluffy side does work, but not as good as I would like it to. So I feel like with both of these brushes here, I have one side that I absolutely love and one side that I really don't care for, but I can make both of them work, which is nice. Let's go in with a couple of skincare items. Both of these I got in my BoxyCharm. Sorry, it's not the BoxyCharm, it's like the Ipsy Extra, but I've got the Loumi Rose Glow Jojoba and Squalene Serum. This is gorgeous. It applies on a lot thicker than I like it to for an oil. I don't like using my fingers. I prefer to apply it with a brush, but I do love the natural glow it gives to my skin underneath makeup, and how it just, like, I really just feel, it feels amazing on the skin once it's blended out. I don't like the initial feel of it, but once it's blended out, it feels good. I can feel that my skin is hydrated, and the look it leaves is just such a natural glow, which is exactly what it's described as. So I do really like this. And then the Lifestyle Company Eye Serum, it's the Corrective. I didn't really care for this. It didn't stand out to me as anything special. I really don't have opinions on it for the sole fact of it's just not something that stands out to me. I like using it. It is a rollerball applicator, but it doesn't stand out to me in terms of doing anything super life-changing. So yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it by any means. It's just not my favorite, and it's just not something that really, it's not a standout product for me. I got the Fenty Oil Gloss Bomb, I think is the official name of it, in my box. And so when I originally put my box together and picked it at the beginning of the month, I had picked this as one of my items. And instead of that, I did actually end up getting this eye serum instead. So I contacted Ipsy saying this was not what I had picked out. Can you please send me my gloss bomb? And they did. And I am wearing it as a lip topper today. I wore it yesterday as just a gloss with nothing else underneath it. And it is beautiful. It does feel hydrating. I will be putting this in my glosses because it doesn't have like the lip prep kind of a feel when I think of a lip oil. But this just feels like a Fenty gloss bomb. With maybe a few more hydrating properties, but I love it. I think it is gorgeous, and I will be enjoying wearing it. The last item that I did get in my Ipsy Extra is the Tarte Shape Tape Radiant Concealer. Shape Tape has been out for a while. I've never personally been interested in it, but because it was an option, I did pick it up. And I like it. It's not one of those concealers that really stands out as anything phenomenal to me, especially like now in the market where there's so many options. But it's beautiful. I like it. I will enjoy using it. I wouldn't say it's a favorite. I would just say it's another run-of-the-mill concealer. But I'm glad I have it in my collection because now I can say I actually have a Shape Tape in my collection, which to me is like, okay, it's just another makeup line. It's a fun makeup line, I agree, but it's just not a makeup line I have ever been personally interested in. Speaking of Shape Tape, I did get the mini Tarte Shape Tape Corrector in green. I almost picked up the full size in Sephora, and then I knew that these were $10 on Ulta, the mini versions were, and I expected a lot more out of it than I got. It is supposed to correct redness, so I got it thinking it's going to help correct some redness around my nose, and the reality is I blend it out and it does absolutely nothing. Like, it feels like there's nothing applied on the skin, so I'm glad I only paid $10 for this. So unfortunately, this was a huge miss for me. I was really expecting more out of it, especially from Tarte, especially from the Shape Tape line, especially from something high-end, and this was just unfortunately such a big disappointment for me. Now from Sephora, I picked up the Westman Atelier Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. I got this in a mini. I had a gift card to Sephora, so I decided why not pick it up, and this is gorgeous. I have one of their highlighting sticks as well. Now Westman Atelier, you can get the full size ones for I forgot what the price point is, but for $25 I'm getting a mini version, and these last so long I don't feel like it's necessary to buy the full size unless you use up one of these minis and then you really want a backup. But this is gorgeous. I love how buttery it feels on the skin. I love how high-end it feels. I love the shade of it. I feel like the shade here for me is not too warm but not too cool, and I just love what it does for my skin as a whole. So I'm so glad that I picked this up. From Natasha Denona, I picked up the Hy-Glam foundation. This has been on my wish list for so long, and it was bothering me so much that it wasn't in my collection. So when I saw that they had 30% off of select items from Natasha Denona, I ended up buying it before this foundation sold out. I have mine in the shade N3, and it is a perfect shade match. I feel like it was like the perfect combination of, it's more on the full coverage side. It's got a glow to it, but it's not like glowy in your face. It's like a very natural glow from within foundation. I understand the hype around it. I understand why so many people love it. This is a foundation that will probably end up being a favorite in my collection come 2026. And yeah, I have been wanting this since it came out, and it was bothering me that it wasn't there, but I've been buying other things thinking, okay, I can wait. And I'm so glad that this is in my collection. The packaging is so sleek, so beautiful, so like, it's like simplified but elegant. And I mean, I love Natasha Denona. She's my favorite makeup brand, and it's just perfect. From Fenty Beauty, another item that I've been wanting since it launched and never picked it up, and it's been bothering me too that it wasn't in my collection, but it is the You Mist Makeup Extending Setting Spray. Again, another gorgeous product. Definitely increases the wear time of makeup. I wear this and my makeup doesn't go anywhere. The setting spray I needed in my collection. I know I keep talking about wanting to get more setting sprays, and I finally got one that I was really excited about getting. I've gotten a few in BoxyCharm, and though they are good, I was wanting something that really would just make me feel like it really works, and this does the trick. Well worth it. Then I did pick up one drugstore eyebrow product. It is the L'Oreal Faux Brow. I want to say this is a newer release. I am wearing it today. It's got the two little prongs on it. It is beautiful. I feel like there's a little bit of a trick to applying it. I like the shade match. It's got a little bit of that red undertone, but I feel like when I go in with my brows, I like to go in kind of with the brows, with the prongs like squared like that, to where I can go up and shape, and then I like to turn the brush and fill in like that. So I do feel like there's a little bit of a learning curve with it, and I feel like some days I like this more than others. Like some days I'm like, oh, this is really amazing, and some days just not so much. But I mean, for a drugstore eyebrow pencil, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I would say that you need to be willing to learn how to use this, but once it's on my brows, I think it looks good. I think this is just one of those products where it feels like it should be innovative, but at the end of the day, it's really not that great. But not something I feel like is a miss either. So just kind of like, there are pros and cons to this. And I do have one empty. It is the Mario Badescu facial spray. I have been working my way through these in my collection. I think I only have 2 left. Again, these are just items that I do like to have in my collection for when I'm not wanting to use a setting spray. So I will, my plan right now is to continue using what I have and then possibly repurchase if I can find them on sale. I know that Marshalls and TJ Maxx has them a lot now. I will not buy makeup from Marshalls or TJ Maxx because I just don't know how tampered they are with, and it's just not something I feel like putting on my face. But if they are on sale at like Ulta, or if I can find them for a good deal, like, they're nice to have in my collection. They do have their place in my collection. I do love these. These are a favorite of mine and will continue to be a favorite of mine. And you can get good deals on them. So I finished up this mini. I know that my daughter likes to buy these for me from time to time, so it's nice to get these little like gifts and stuff she'll pick up with like grandma or daddy or something. So it is nice. I am currently working my way through a full size of my green one. So yeah, I am happy to have another one out of my collection, but at the same time I wouldn't be sad when all of these are gone. So I probably need to restock on a few of these. I haven't because I've been buying other things. But yeah. Anyway, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And I am currently pregnant, at least for another 2 months or so. So that I've got a lot of that content on my channel, and still some more getting ready to go up. So if that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button. And if not, but you still want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. I just got done filming that video, and I realized I completely forgot to give my thoughts on the RealHer You Are Brilliant Pro Blush Palette. I did get this in my Ipsy Extra. Here are the tones. They are very orange tones, which are not the most flattering on what I feel like is my skin tone. But they are good quality blushes. The packaging is plastic. It does feel very drugstore to me, but the blushes are good. And so this brown shade here, I thought for sure I could not wear it as a blush. I'm thinking, what the heck, there's just no way that's gonna work, but I might be able to use it as a bronzer. And I tried it out for the first time today as a blush. I'm using this shade here mixed with another like pinkier shade, and it's actually really, really nice on my skin. So I was not expecting to like this blush. This is actually, I think, my favorite blush in this palette. Not in my collection, but this palette. So this is actually, the formula is pretty nice. It doesn't stand out to me in terms of like blushes. It's just one of those products that's just, I don't see myself reaching for it out of excitement, but they are good blushes. So if you like very orange toned blushes, this would work really well for you. This one here's got a little bit more of that pinky orange undertone. You've got more of like a true kind of a corally sandy orange, and I feel like you've got different tones of blushes with that orange undertone. So if you are looking for a very good powder blush palette that has a bunch of orange tones, you might actually like this. So yeah, just want to make sure I got that in there, because this is, I didn't want to miss anything, especially it being the last one of the year. So yeah, anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.